Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes on this Friday, getaway day for the holiday weekend, May 24th. And just a reminder, there is no Joe and Joe weather show until Monday night. So we're going to take off a few days over the Memorial Day holiday weekend as well. And this weather in five is pretty much about the holiday weekend as we take a look. 'Cause severe weather is probably going to be front and center in a number of areas. We actually have some watches this morning that are continuing over parts of Iowa and now actually have been expanded into northern Illinois. Just to be clear, this Weather in Five is being produced here at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you're watching this later today, obviously some of the stuff here is going to be dated. So as far as severe weather is concerned, be sure to go to weather.gov to your local National Weather Service forecast office to get the latest weather information. And very active severe weather moving through the state of Iowa at the moment and heading into northern Illinois. And you can see on the satellite loop, we've got a ton of lightning strikes that are moving through that state into northern Missouri, and then, as we said, headed further east as we move through the morning. There's some scattered storms in parts of Virginia and North Carolina, not really amounting to too much, and there's some scattered storms showing up and weakening a bit as they move across Arkansas. The weather across the Northeast actually is fine, and the weather in the Southeast, as well as the West right now is looking good. And here's the radar this morning, and you can see the very active line of thunderstorms. This might very well be a derecho. I'm not 100% sure, but we're seeing numerous severe thunderstorm warnings and numerous tornado warnings as well as this arm continues to move eastward. And then there's a second area here in Arkansas that's producing more flash flooding than anything else. And as we look again into Virginia and West Virginia, some showers and one or two thunderstorms there. They extend down into North Carolina, but those are sliding to the east. And I don't think there are going to be any problems today from Maine down through Pennsylvania and into New Jersey and maybe even into northern Maryland and Delaware should be in pretty good shape. Now, the Storm Prediction Center, as far as uh, severe weather is concerned, this is for the day side today. And we're seeing, and this is going to carry us, I'm sorry, let me just back it up. This is for the day side today. But there you have it, a large area of slight risk from parts of central and northeast Texas all the way up into the lower Great Lakes. There's a marginal risk that extends into parts of the Tennessee Valley and into the Carolinas. No thunderstorm activity forecast for the northeast and the northern portion of the mid-Atlantic states. And it comes with an area of 2% tornado risk. There is a 5% tornado risk in eastern Iowa and much of northern and central Illinois into southern Wisconsin. Now, for tomorrow, Saturday, we have uh, slight to enhanced risk, and it's back in the plains, Oklahoma into Kansas. And this is going to come with elevated tornado risk of 10%. So there is a risk here that we could see some EF2 to EF5 tornadoes in this small area, south central Kansas, north central Oklahoma, and then that 5% area goes further north up into Kansas. Now, for day three, this is for Sunday into Monday. This is something I think that has to be watched closely. We have a slight to enhanced risk. This has been in the long range in SPC for the last several days. Now it's in the short range. So we have a slight to enhanced risk. Eastern Missouri, central and southern Illinois, central and southern Indiana into western Kentucky. And there is going to be elevated tornado risk with this. And I would suspect that there's even a chance that we could eventually see something to go to a moderate risk when we get closer. Now, in the long range, they don't have anything for Monday at this time for the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states, but they do talk about the fact that there is the possibility of severe weather. We've been speaking about this over the last few days, and I think it's something that we need to watch carefully as we move through the weekend. Rainfall, nothing excessive in the Northeast, mostly three-quarters of an inch to an inch, some places a bit less, some places a bit more. There's a heavier concentration of heavy rain in the up parts of the upper Mississippi Valley and back over into the Great Lakes, where we're looking at an inch and a half to as much as three-quarters of an inch to an inch and a half in places from Kentucky southwest across uh, the Gulf states, the interior Gulf states, and back up into North Texas and southern Oklahoma. Lesser amounts along the Gulf Coast, lesser amounts in most of the Southeast and down in Florida, and dry out in the West. So let's run you through. I'm going to use the European model today. As we said, no issues in the Northeast and Northern Mid-Atlantic states. Should be a fairly nice day. Inland temperatures in the 80s. Coastal temperatures will be in the upper 60s to low 70s. I think we can hold that temperature range pretty much for Saturday and Sunday. Late Saturday to Saturday night, uh, with a storm system in the Dakotas this morning that's moving northeastward, well to way west and north. There's an arm that's coming around. I threw in the chance that there could be maybe a shower or thunderstorm late Saturday into Saturday night. Chances aren't all that high, and it's quite likely, since the models are weakening this as it moves eastward, that the shower chances with that could possibly fade away. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Sunday leaves much of the east in good shape. Here comes low pressure, though, out of Kansas. That's going to be strengthening as it heads towards the Great Lakes, with a trailing cold front that will approach for Monday, Memorial Day. So I think Sunday is probably the better of the two weekend days. And then we will see as this front approaches. The dynamics here are rather strong, especially aloft. So we see the possibility of some showers and thunderstorms developing during the day Monday, maybe more like mid to late afternoon Monday into Monday night, and then weather conditions will improve after that on Tuesday. So we're going to be keeping an eye on things going forward. Over this weekend, we're always here, so you'll get forecasts and videos, and we will again be back with the Joe and Joe Weather Show Monday night at 7:35 p.m. Have a safe holiday weekend.